I know you don't know these quarterbacks.
No, I
I'm
don't
going to
want
do
to.
I'm going to do my best to explain each one in about 20 seconds and ask you which one you think has the best chance to be great. I did this exercise with my wife.
To be great. To be great, but also to fill what the Niners are looking for.
Yes.
You could be great like Patrick Mahomes, and they're not looking for you.
Well, sure. Okay. I just feel like the Niners, you traded up to number 3. You're ideally looking for someone that could be one of the best quarterbacks in the draft, not just someone who's the best now.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, here's Mac Jones, Justin Fields, Trey Lance. Mac Jones is the guy who has exceptional accuracy and decision-making, which is a nice combination. I mean, Jimmy doesn't have that combination. He's got accuracy without the decision-making. It's good. But he's a total non-athlete, Dad. He's small, and he doesnn't have a strong arm. He looks like C.J. Beathard.
Cool.
Alabama. Okay. So best school, won the national championship, but exceptional decision-making, and he's smart. He's accurate. The ball comes out quickly. He looks like C.J. Beathard and doesn't have a strong arm. So you question
was he throwing to all-stars?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Alabama's the best team. Yes.
Okay.
Then you got Justin Fields at Ohio State, another all-star team.
Ohio State,
another all-star. Yeah. So this guy is, unlike Mac Jones, he's just a supreme athlete. He looks like Muhammad Ali. He's a great athlete. He's big. He's built. He's fast. He has a cannon, and he's accurate, which makes him kind of unique for these dual threat quarterbacks. Sometimes the dual threat quarterbacks aren't as natural throwers. He played baseball. He was a scholarship baseball player at Georgia. Really accurate, really good athlete. Issue with him is decision-making. He hesitates on his throws. He doesn't anticipate when he's under pressure. He turns the ball over. He gets freaked by blitzes and disguised coverages. In that sense, he's a lot like Jimmy Garoppolo, except he's just a way better athlete with a much better arm. Okay. So that's Justin Fields. And then you got Trey Lance, who played at North Dakota State, which is 1AA, but it's the same place that Carson Wentz went. Played for 1 year, and his strengths are, again, he's a supreme athlete. He looks like a young Muhammad Ali. He's 6'3", 230 pounds, really gifted. A terrific decision maker. Never turned the ball over in college. Ran a pro-style offense under center where he set the protections at the line of scrimmage and the route combinations. They would let him basically call his own plays. And he was good at it, and he did it at 19. Won a national championship. Again, it's 1AA football. So athletic, good decision maker. His issue is accuracy. When you chart it 5 yards down the field, 10 yards down the field, 20 yards down the field, he's consistently worse than Mac Jones and Justin Fields. So of those 3 quarterbacks who are all imperfect, which one do you think has the best chance to work out and be something special in this league?
Okay. I'm not avoiding your question. I want to preface it by saying, if you traded up to the 3rd pick for any of those 3,
yes,
maybe you shouldn't have traded up.
That's what I think. I think it's flabbergasting, but they did.
So what I'm saying is you're giving me choices.
Yes.
Which is great. I'm not liking any one of them. Now,
that's the right answer.
When they looked at Montana, they probably said great accuracy, incredible poise, not a strong arm, right? Not a strong arm, which was true about Joe, but his other qualities were so absolutely unique. So who do I want between those 3? I want to go back to number 12 and not give all that up for the 3rd. I would have to say Fields.
Very interesting. Tell me why.
I think, okay, the 3rd guy, Lance, was that his name?
Lance.
I don't like being inaccurate. I don't like it.
Fair.
Decision-making you can learn.
That's very interesting.
You can learn, you know, I'm sure a lot of them come into the league and they don't know how to go boom, 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 you know, with their progressions. I know Montana, I used to see him working on that so hard for years. You know, it's so hard. So decision-making, I think, is you can learn. Accuracy at this level already bothers me.
That's very interesting. That's very
interesting. And the first guy, he doesn't sound impressive over the long term.
Agreed.
So how do you feel about what I said?
You know, I think it's fascinating. So let's take Mac Jones out. We agree on him. It's not him. I went with Lance.
Yeah.
I went with Lance. Swasey went with Lance. So here we have a very interesting thing here, and I don't think there's a definitive answer, but basically the question is, what is more coachable and fixable? Accuracy or decision-making? That's the question. And it's a great question, because I think for years, everyone said you can't fix accuracy. It's something you either have or you don't. You're either the kind of guy who can go to the circus and knock the pins off the thing and win the teddy bear. You're not. But there has been examples of quarterbacks who have incrementally improved their completion percentage by going to these throwing gurus and getting better receivers. I mean, Josh Allen recently, Lamar Jackson recently, they have made improvements, although they're not necessarily super naturally.
I don't like Lamar Jackson.
Fair enough.
I don't like him. Okay.
Fair enough. Then you got decision-making. Now, Swasti, my wife, I know you know, but the people watching may not, reclassified it as, she said, it's not decision-making, it's problem-solving. It's problem-solving, because that's what she does for a living. And she helps people who don't problem-solve that well. So, of course, Justin Fields, he can go through his progressions. You see him do it. But what about when there's a blitz he wasn't expecting, or a coverage he didn't expect, or the play doesn't beat the coverage that it's supposed to? Like, what happens when you have to go off script? Do you make good decisions or bad decisions? When you think for yourself, are you doing it well or not? And what my wife is saying, and what a lot of psychologists would say, is problem solving and decision making is a skill like running and intelligence. And you either have it or you don't by this age. And I think the Niners' experience with Jimmy Garoppolo is they couldn't coach it in him. That's the thing that he just can't improve on, is his decision.
Interesting. I like this. I have a question.
Yes.
Does our codename cousin have a preference between those two?
Our codename cousin is terrified of Lance because of the inexperience. But I was talking to him on the phone for an hour this morning, and he was very compelled by my arguments.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, but Lance is very. He doesn't really like either of them. He's with us. Why did you trade up to number 3 for these guys? Why did you do this? Why did you do this? I mean, one of them could be great. I think Lance has a chance to be great. That combination of athleticism and innate decision-making ability is rare. I think he can improve on the accuracy enough for a guy who runs around. But still, I mean, who knows? He could be a total flop. The guy played 1 year of college football, threw 300 passes. Would you stake your career on that guy?
No.
But our cousin made a point that, Kyle's much younger. He can afford to have some mistakes and land on his feet in this league. Older coaches couldn't necessarily do that. So we're going to talk about that a little later. In fact, let's talk about it right now.